So tomorrow night is pizza night in our house, and something that I've been doing recently is using my white sourdough starter to make sourdough pizzas, and they're absolutely delicious. So I thought it's about time that I shared the recipe with you. So in this jug here, I've got some warm water. I use a dash from the kettle that's just boiled, and then I put room temperature water so it's warm to touch. I don't know the exact science of the degrees. That's just how I do it. And into here, or into the warm water, I'm going to add my starter. So this started off halfway about 6 or 7 hours ago. I think I fed it around lunchtime. It's now 6 p.m. So I'm going to add in 150 grams of starter. I just top it up in these little jars because it kind of works best for me. So it's nice and bubbly. And a really good test is if your starter is floating on top, you know it's active. And then I just pop that back in the fridge and then just refeed it when I need it or on the day that I'm going to use it. And I have some tips over at sumarep.com for this recipe, that in winter when the temperature's not as warm, I use more starter to help my dough along and less water. And I like to incorporate that with a chopstick. So I'm going to pour all of that starter in warm water. And I am going to add another 100 grams of water, but I'm going to add that as I start mixing. So I like to use 450? Yeah, 450 grams of white spelt flour. So I'm going to pop all that in. And 150 grams of whole grain spelt flour. I have tried doing a total whole grain spelt pizza base, but it's not as nice as a combination of both flours. So let's mix that on low for a few minutes just to get a shaggy dough. And we're going to make 4 pizza balls, and they're going to weigh roughly about 270 grams each. So they're quite a nice large pizza. Now I'm going to add my salt. In here I've got 13 grams of just fine salt. Just going to measure out that extra 100 grams of water. I'm going to start slowly adding that in, and I'll zoom you in so you can have a look what I'm doing. I don't have the luxury of a camera person. I do it all myself. Just going to bump the speed up slightly. Now that's looking pretty good, and my bowl's clean. That's really good. I could have added a little bit more hydration today, but I think I'll leave it. I think it's going to be fine. All I do now is cover it and rest it for about 3 to 4 hours, and then we come back and divide it. So it's time to separate our pizza dough. So I've got some rice flour in here. I'm just adding it to my bench. And I want to break up the dough into 4 dough balls of 270 grams each. So I'll grab all this out. 274, that's pretty good. 262, 275, 258. So let's just grab a little bit off that. Okay, they're near enough. So what I do is I just flatten the dough out a little bit, then stretch it into the center. Look how stretchy that is. And I'm going to rest all of these overnight, and we'll have them for pizza tomorrow. So I've got a lovely tight dough ball, and I just store them in a container like that, and I put two in together. So stretch out and in until it's really tight and you can't stretch it any longer. And just give it another little stretch on the bench. So that's it. They're my 4 pizza balls ready for tomorrow night, and I hope you've enjoyed how to make spelt sourdough pizza dough. Let me know in the comments below if you give it a go, and I'll share some new pizza topping ideas very soon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Oh, a little tip. Before you bake them, remove them from the refrigerator at least an hour to 2 hours before you want to bake them. And then they're really nice and soft and room temperature to stretch out into your pizza base. See you later.